Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to another video. Today, of course, we're going to jump right back in and we're going to revisit a theme of a childhood tale that for me has been an incredibly important and prominent influence in my life. And it took me the majority of my life, 30 plus years, to finally understand. This fairy tale is, of course, the tortoise and the hare, because today's video is about just doing a little bit each day. Just doing a little bit. Don't try to get too crazy. Don't try to overdo it. What I've learned in my life is my successes and my failures, mostly my failures, because I've mostly failed, quote unquote, or learned rather, as I like to put it, is that they came from when I tried to do too much too quickly. When I tried to do it all at once, when I had this buildup of intense energy and I just went for it as hard as I can, the full 9, full send, go for it as hard as I can. And you know what happened every time I tried to approach my life like that? Whatever project I tried to do, whatever thing in my life I was trying to achieve or accomplish, when I took this approach, go hard, go at it, I burnt out. I burnt out over and over and over again. And what I've learned, finally, through experience, and it's now developed into wisdom, is that real success comes from consistency. And that consistency is just that. It's a little bit of effort, or at times a lot of effort. But what it is it's sustained effort over a long period of time that makes the most impact, has the biggest impact, makes the biggest difference. Here are some examples, both from nature and my own life, that illustrate this. So if you think about one of the most powerful forces on earth, it's water. Water is so incredibly powerful. Think about it. Whether you're power washing a sidewalk or it's a small drip from a faucet, what is it that breaks down all the rocks from the seas and whatnot? It's not the power wash. It's a small, gentle drip over and over. It's the drip, drip, drip. And if you think about it, the thing that pops in my mind is Chinese water torture. You always hear about or seen movies and shows like somebody sitting there, it's just drip, drip, drip. That drip will drive you insane. It's that little consistent effort, that little consistent drip. And what, again, I liken this to is the amount of effort we put into things. What's more effective? This big, heavy crash of wave that comes and goes, maybe sometimes depending on the situation, or more likely for your goals, especially within fitness and money and business, it's the small sustained efforts. Because what good is it if you do something as hard as you can, but you only do it for 6 months? You're no longer doing it. Or wouldn't you have rather put that effort and dispersed it a little more evenly and done that over the next 3 to 5 years? You probably would see much more prominent and productive results. It would have been an easier flow and not so much of a grind and caused so much stress, because it would have been more balanced. And again, you would have probably seen much greater results because it was for a longer period of time. And so that's really the theme of this video, is that just do a little bit each day. Don't try to do too much, just try to do a little bit. But see if you can do that little bit for a sustained period of time, because that's real power. The power, the persistence, the consistency. Look at it like this. When somebody's trying to build a business, right? If they go as hard as they can all at once, and they do it to such a degree and so intensely where they burn out in a year and they can't sustain that effort, well, what happens to all the effort and everything that they built? They burn out, it comes crashing down. What if they would have peeled back just a little bit and said, I'm going to give myself 4 to 6 years and just do a little bit consistently and let things progress naturally and flow? Probably would have had a much more successful venture. I always used to see this in fitness when I was a trainer. Every single time without fail, what happens? Here we are in December. We're about to flip over to the new year. What happens to gyms at the beginning of the year? They fill up like crazy. Everybody and their mom and their grandma and their son and their daughter and their dog all sign up for a gym membership, and they go crazy. They go as hard as they can. They go from doing absolutely nothing physically to going 6 days a week for 3 hours a day. How long do you think they last in the gym? The people that, when I was a trainer in a big box gym, I would see this huge influx every year in January. By February, certainly by March, what percentage of those people that signed up in January do you think were still going consistently? I would say maybe 10 to 15% sustained it. Why? And what was the difference? The reason why is because, again, people would go so freaking hard. Here you are having 3 to 4 months or 6 months or a year, however long it's been, of being out of shape and not going at all. All of a sudden you go, oh man, I'm going to do nothing but eat chicken and broccoli for, the next freaking 6 months of my life. And I'm going to do 2 days. I'm going to go hard. I'm going to do one cardio session in the morning, and then I'm going to go after work, and I'm going to go work out. So it was too much too quickly. It was too much of a shock, and they couldn't sustain that effort. Not only did they regress and erase all of the progress from all of that intense effort from the first month or two, they would actually go even further back because they would be exhausted, absolutely exhausted from all the effort. And a lot of the times they would also not see much results, even though, or maybe they would, but it was called what I call crash results. Just like you crash diet, or you crash after a final exam, after you study, you crash study, right? All these things. They call it that for a reason. You're crashing. It's not sustainable. So they would go and do all this effort. They wouldn't see that many results, and they go, oh, this is stupid. This doesn't even work anyways. I don't understand it. I don't know why people do this anyways. This is dumb. Go back to the way they were living, but they would crash even worse because they were exhausted. So this is a reminder once again to reiterate the message that it's more important for us, as we go back to the beginning of the video talking about that old childhood tale we're all aware of, the tortoise and the hare, and that is the most perfect illustration, that sustained effort over a long period of time is infinitely more effective and powerful and less stressful than this huge intense burst of energy going as hard as you can, balls to the wall, give them the whole 9 yards, freaking full send, and then you burn out and you crash. So if you're someone who often starts something with a lot of effort and a lot of momentum and you burn out, maybe try taking a different approach, because as you know, what is insanity? It's doing the same thing over and over again, trying a different result. So you always get yourself all worked up and super hard, and you go really hard, and then you crash and you burn out, and you never see anything to completion. This video is for you if you are one of those people that you never see things through. You start really strong, you never see things through, you never reach the goal till the end. This is an invitation. And I say invitation because you don't have to take it. You live your own life. You do what you want to do. I'm not here to tell you what you want to do. I can only share what has worked for me through experience and my past failures, what has made a bigger impact on my life now. I am flourishing and taking off in a big way because I'm now taking my time. I'm not worried about the results. I'm not pushing as hard as I can. I'm just doing a little bit each day, because now I understand that by doing a little bit each day, natural momentum will be built. A natural growth in me as a person and how I operate will naturally happen. You always hear me use these examples. If you watch my videos, thank you so much for watching them and your support and your feedback. I really, really do appreciate it. If you're new, I'm glad you're here. Welcome. If you continue to watch my videos, or you've watched them in the past, you'll always hear me talk about these natural laws. And this is also harping on what it is. It's a natural law. I use this example all the time. The farmer who plants the corn seeds today does not go out tomorrow or in a week and go, where the hell's my corn? Why isn't it growing? This is so stupid. Oh my God. What has happened? I don't get it. I've been watering it for a week. It should already be fully sprouted. That's the same thing when we're trying to birth, or not when we're trying to, when we're birthing, when we're manifesting these grand desires, these great desires that are very important and you're very capable of. We try to rush the process, but there's a natural growth process just like that corn. It has to be watered. It has to be cared for. The soil has to be ripe. It needs time more than anything to develop naturally. You cannot speed up this growing cycle. You can just create the right conditions and nurture it, but no matter the most perfect conditions and watering it and carrying it, it still needs time to develop. That's you. That's your goals. They still need time to develop. Your body is not going to change after a month or 2 months or 3 months to the body of your dreams. 6 months, a year, depending on your current situation, how long you haven't been exercising, the type of exercise, all these different other variables, but you get the main point. You still need time. Your body needs time. What I've also realized by taking this approach, instead of the short burst of intense energy and rather doing a little bit of sustained effort, it's much easier. It's less stress and it's more enjoyable. And that's what we're here. And that's where that saying goes. The journey is the destination. I know you want a 6-pack. I know you want the legs and body of your dream and to like put a dress on, jeans, and your booty be popping. You're like, dang, and you look in your arms. I know you want all that stuff. But be patient, because everything needs time to grow, to develop. You can't go do a month work of hard workouts and expect your body to just be the ultimate state. It takes time. So do your goals, your relationships. Everything takes time and consistent effort, just like the corn needs time to grow and develop naturally. Create the right environment. So do we do. We create the right environment, just like the corn. We make sure the soil is nice. It's perfect. It's beautiful. We nurture it every day, making sure that we are keeping pests off the corn. We water it every day so that it has nutrients it needs. This is you. Do the things you need to do to nurture your goals. So you're building a business every day. Are you networking? Are you making the sales calls? Are you creating an effective strategy? Are you putting out and executing on the strategy so that you can market effectively to the right people and attract the right clients and customers you want? Are you doing that every day? Is it the body of your dreams? Are you going consistently 3 to 5 times a week doing semi-rigorous exercise that challenges you a little bit? Are you getting enough sleep every day? Are you drinking plenty of water every day? Are you keeping the sweets and the alcohol and the drugs down to a very bare minimum every day? Consistently over time, when you develop and change these behaviors and attitudes, you will see the results. Often, and as society programs us, we go hard focusing on the end result. There's nothing focusing on the end result. The only problem with that is when we attach to the outcome and we try to force it. So I actually want you to focus on what it is you want consistently, because that is the motivation that will keep you going day to day when you don't feel like doing it. But just do a little bit each day. I'm talking about the process. I'm talking about the approach here. I want you to be a multimillionaire. I want you to have the body of your dreams. I want you to have the relationship of your dreams. And it's all possible, but you have to give it time. Just do a little bit each day. A little bit. This is also a financial concept, compounding interest, right? If your investment grows 1% every month, at the end of 12 months, it hasn't grown 12%. It's grown exponentially because it's compounded. That 1% turned out to grow 2%. But now that 2% is multiplying and it's growing by 2% the next month. But now it's not growing 4% the next month. It's growing exponentially. It's compounding upon itself. I had the math wrong a little bit, but you get my point. So by just doing a little bit each day, allow it to evolve naturally. Just make sure that you're creating the right environment, you're doing the right things, and you do just a little bit each day. So that's what I got for you today, guys. Do a little bit each day. Enjoy the process. Don't stress yourself out. The results will come. Detach from the outcome. Tend to the soil, water the corn, it will grow. The fruit will come to fruition. Your dreams will happen. Your body will happen. You will meet the right person. Your business will grow. Little by little, we do this. That's the natural way. Love you guys so much. That's what I got for you today. See you in the next video. Peace.